The reviews were very dank, I remember. Until they made the Vampire Survivors like. I don't mind the laundry detergent. Well, I mean, you know. Just wash it a bit more just in case. To remove it. Easy. And just with some clean water. And the auto shooter survival games, them son. And the new genre was born. I mean, that fits. Describes probably like 80% of them too. To be honest. Alright. A little snuck. He's done. Oh. Ugh, feels good. The on-team tactics. The more full agenda. All over the place. Gibbon. What did you do with your... Alright, I guess. Sure. In the Zvamaler? Nope, I did not. I flushed it. I felt like playing an MMO. And, I'd rather play an MMO. Yeah, I think that's what I did exactly. I just played an MMO instead. Could be a good MMO actually, but it ended up being single player. Still haven't double clicked the desktop icon, let's see. Now the gameplay was really good. The story kinda didn't really like get me super interested, I guess, to continue going. And yeah, it just felt like you're doing like, you know, MMO quests with MMO kind of gameplay sorta. And but then why? Why would they do that in the game that is not MMO? To uninstall it later. Might as well already uninstall it and play actual MMO. Layers of Fear kinda got a little lower now already. The new Steam design, I kinda don't mind it, to be honest. It's okay, I'm gonna get used to it, but I like it's like you know, a little less space used now. I kinda don't mind it. Let's see what did I say. Works a lot faster. Well, there are still kinda some weird things, like that one on the main page. We'll see, I guess, if it fixes itself. Oh, the font here, you mean? I mean, yeah, I can say I'm like a huge fan. I can't say I'm a huge fan. The cinematic universe. The voice acting criminal, new writing is basic. Alright. Original completely ruined. You know, what many have come to expect from Blueberry Team. To be honest, that's the only thing that they got like big from, really. Everything else after that, was there anything like super good? I think Observer was kinda alright, but it wasn't exactly like the dankest horror game. So yeah, not sure. Let's see, so guys see. Literally turn. A reimagining of original 2 games and DLC. Well, like, by amount of content, it seems like it's a good value though. That seems like good value for the price, especially with discount. That looks like a good one. Not looking good for Silent Hill 2 remake, I see. Well, at least writing they don't really need to do. They already have the original material that they need to work with. The voice acting, well, I mean, Silent Hill sound design in general was on purpose very scuffed. So maybe that will actually be not too bad. You're like, wait. Now it opened. So like there are some issues with this, I guess. With the new Steam. Foodie agenda with frogs. Procedural, a world of colorful animals. This is like the prologue, yeah, the beginning. Alright. Similar to Songs of Conquest. Not sure about that. Not sure about that. Straight from the creators of Tabletop Untamed Feral Faction. Ah, I see, alright. Could be, so could be. That could be. Very unpolished. Combat even at max difficulties, child's play. I wouldn't recommend until they fix the balancing. The better versions of this same game already out there. But the same gameplay, I guess you mean. I mean, it's a prologue, man. What do you expect from the free prologue? Yeah? They gonna fix it and polish things later. That's a bit of a risky downside, I guess, of doing prologues and stuff for your games. You can get that. No, here's your new ass there. Here is a new ass for you. More auto shooter survivals. A really good reviews actually. People are still not getting tired of the concept even. I mean, considering Phil Spencer is still farming Vampire Survivors on his account, I guess it does have this appeal long term. They need to get like the Saber with their horde mechanics and everything. That makes them like the super high budget, super high quality one. Like the real game, I see. Quality by looking at graphics, I guess. Oh, it was an early access for a while, alright. Changing review to negative, huh? Release in an unfinished state. Many community suggestions have been flat out ignored, even though they made a lot of sense. A bad game design with the turbo mode, which is a hard mode, without increased difficulty modifiers but same duration. Missing content. Gives the impression there is much more to come, never happened. Releasing game without meaningful big updates near on release, always a clear sign of semi-abandoning a game or rushing out of early access. Well-polished survivors with lots of content. Yeah, there's probably some dude who was playing through all the early access, thinking he's best friends with developers now, and then they didn't actually add stuff. No, they got update after. I feel that could be there is like limited, I think 2 times per release, I think, or something. You have like the big update announcement that's gonna show like on Steam and everything. So maybe they like farmed those 2 updates in early access, and now it's time to get the release, and then farm those updates again. Darkest Dungeon 2 did kind of meh. Nah, I think there was like sales and everything. It actually did really good. It actually did really good. I think we covered that at some point. I don't remember. It was like 500,000 they got or something. Copies or something. Like, it did really good. It did very good. Nice, Steve, nice. You got him. Easy. Easy. Like, Darkest Dungeon 1 was like around for a while. Accumulating all that stuff. And like, for a while, I mean, a while, you know. I would say second one was way more successful if you take like the time frame of the start. And then over time, it's also gonna farm. Like, it maybe not gonna be as legendary as the first one in the long run, in the long burn. But I think they farmed more with it. I feel like they farmed way more with it. Oh, this one is in my recommended queue even. Damn son. Yeah, that's what the one Orcogs recommended then, I remember, I think. The action, a roguelite focus and boss hunting. Some insane bird fiesta there. And the insane bird fiesta. The mostly positive reviews. The reviews are mostly positive because a lot of people feel very like vindicated that they need to go and tell developers that you know, they ruined the series. This is not my Darkest Dungeon. So yeah, that's why it's that way really. Imahua. Well, I do like the first game. I still think that second one, you know, has the right to exist. Like if I like the, well, I do like the first game, right? If I want to play first game, I just play the first game. I want to get more of that. There is plenty of mods for it too, huh? And having something a little different is nice. Why not? Why not? It looks really beautiful. Plays pretty well. The concept is a little kind of like, it's easier to let it go, you know, like a Darkest Dungeon 1. If you kind of abandon the run, you just abandoned the run really already. In the second one, you just kind of like, you know, you run, see what happens, see where you go, and then you can just like stop playing and then you return and you continue. Just pick up, no problems. Because every run is like its own thing. But yeah, no dungeons, no dark. And yeah, I mean, the price tag and everything also got a bit more, for sure. But that's for sure. Yeah, like, I really hate to say it, but I gotta say it. Basically. It doesn't respect the player's time. Keeping players in the dark and forcing progress by trial and error is a lot less charming when it's gated by 2.5 hours of more or less a perfunctory stock standard roguelike gameplay. I mean, I don't think that was a bad part of it, really. The brightness down, yeah. Gameplay inferior to the first game in almost every way. Like that's the thing. Like, I mean, sure, first one is good, but like second one was still nice. And you can still see how like mad people are that whenever you post something positive about it, like someone gonna be posting the clown to it too. Pretty much it. You can already tell, man. You can already tell that there is a lot of invested people. Very opinionated on it. Very opinionated. It's a letdown compared to the first one. Exist separately, alright. Forgotten the design pillars which made Darkest Dungeon work originally. I don't know. I don't know. The meta progression. Unlocking entire mechanics and stuff, which is the worst form of meta progression. Developers expect you to grind the defeats until you unlock upgrades or mechanics enough so you can have a chance while going at it. I mean... sorta, but not really. I don't know. Like, I did play for a while with just the 4 initial characters, because I didn't even know that you unlock characters now, because in early access I think you needed to kind of like go through some special encounter on the map to get the character instead of unlocking. There was no candles back then, I think, in the beginning of the early access. So I was kind of like, I didn't even know you need to unlock them that way, so I was going the original team and investing the candles in other stuff, and that wasn't bad. That wasn't even bad, eh? It is very, very different. I want to use Darkest Dungeon 1. Alright, so what's the bet about this? Actually travel instead of teleporting. Travel is essentially pointless and can press a single button and allow it to autopilot without much issue. I mean, kinda. That I can kinda agree with. Like all this like the driving stage is a little kinda useless. Except I guess like the path between is still also part of the you know, like the decision making and everything, like things you encounter between the areas also matters, which again could be like not you actually taking that ride, but you know, just like the dot going from one encounter to another. But I guess that's more kind of like immersion thingy, which again they could maybe kind of like shorten a bit. I do agree you kind of spend a bunch of time between. It just been like Slay the Spire. Well, pretty much. They still have like encounters on the route, so you should still kind of play that out also, that you kind of, you know, like got something ruined on the way, you know, like the wheels got broken or something. That should still be there, I think. In general, I think it's not really a bad thing. like immersion wise, but it does take a lot of time. Yeah, yeah, that's the one that calculated. I think I saw that one before. 23 minutes to complete. Spend 3 minutes and 10 seconds of that time waiting for the card to move. Forced to spend 9 minutes 30 seconds per hour doing nothing if I want to play this game. 10 minutes of odds per hour on one of your favorite mediums, and that is how I feel about it. I mean, kinda. That is the main thing. Like, if it'll be a bit shorter, that'll be not too bad. That would be not too bad. A little meaningful progression during a run. First encounter feel almost the same as some of the final ones. That I do agree. Like, the meta progression, slow, that's whatever. I mean, it's roguelike, right? You're supposed to kind of grind that stuff, so that's not too bad. But yeah, progression in the run does feel a little, like, not impactful. Like, you get some trinkets that can change things, but they usually don't really change things, like, drastically. Unless you get, like, some super rare ones, then maybe. Let's see. Keep unlocking things Darkest Dungeon 2, hoping it picks up at some point. The same as this game is a slog grind, and that at no point thus far I had any fun with it. It could be a little slow. I mean, it's 10 hours, dude. Like, you barely really play that. You barely really play that. I think the amount of, like, candles you get per run might be a little small. Hey, Secret, hello. So you kind of progress slow. That I do kind of agree. And the variety of, like, from the first encounter to the last encounter is also, like, it would be cool to get, like, some dank relics or something, which probably kind of would be kind of hard to balance and everything, but I think that would be nice. Kind of like the trophy system, I guess, that you get from the bosses, but maybe some other, like, items or something that you can, like, use somewhere. That would be, like, changing things a lot, for example. Kind of like trinkets, but, you know, way more powerful, and for the whole team, for example. I think that could be nice. Or maybe, like, just, like, revamped better trinkets or something. That would be nice. Hey, Window, the hello. The Wandering Arsenal, I see. I see, Sacred, alright. But yeah, even that in my is still kind of like a little bit of criticism, like mild criticism on my end. Like, it does, like, it still feels nice. Like, when I played it first in the early access, I actually kind of, like, finished first act. That was only the one in early access, and I was kind of, like, done instantly. Interest lost. And I wasn't even, like, feeling like returning to it on full release, right? And I thought I also gonna lose it, but nah, I did play it for a while. And basically, kind of like the Diablo release is the one that kind of stopped me from doing that, because now I grind Diablo instead. But I did really enjoy it. I think the pace in general might be kind of like the runs are long, while during the run you don't really feel that much change. And the meta progression is kind of long. If run would be faster, that would be better though. Because, like, run takes sometimes, like, few hours, at least on stream, while you're, like, talking and everything, not going fast and stuff. It takes, like, usually I was starting in the morning, right, and finishing by the coffee time, so, like, 3-hour run pretty much, if it's, like, you know, till the very end, basically. Sometimes not even to the end. So, like, 3-hour run, and you get, like, 100 candles or something for the unlocks. That's not that super crazy, even though it's still kind of good. If it'll be not 3 hours, but like an hour or something, then it would solve the problem with candles, and the run shorter would feel kind of like better, because like, more composed progression. So you get, like, you know, those jumps in equipment and then in the skill levels and stuff faster, rather than, like, more stretched out through the run. And then again, because the runs are faster, you would have like, faster going on the next run, and then you have different team composition, right? And it already, like, adds this feel of, like, different, you know, things going on, variety there. Because there is a bunch of compositions you can build, for sure, with all the characters unlocked, which I don't have yet. There is still a lot of things to do. So overall it might have some issues, but I think it's not like in very positive range and stuff, just because it's mostly like people molding about, it's like 5% away from very positive, really. And I think over time it's gonna fix itself. I got the Steam Deck support. They're just gonna get like probably more updates, some DLCs that gonna add some stuff. And it probably gonna get to the good range. But they did sell well though. Like there were some reports on that stuff. Like they did sell pretty good, pretty well. So I think they doing good. I think they do. That I think they do. Back to the page. Didn't change this actually part almost completely. Just like the client, not the web page that you browse through this scuffed browser. Steam Engine Simulator. Damn son. Overwhelmingly positive. Is it also the simulating in Steam Engine with C++, which documented the creation of a simple Steam Engine simulation, is what simulation now made into a simple game. Through operating and listening to your own miniature virtual Steam Engine. That's cool. That's pretty nice. And Steam on Steam to create more Steam. They are the whistle. And it's all free. Feels good. That feels good. It's literally just like, can't even really like do much. Just run the simulation there. And that's it. That's nice. Have achievements there. Pog, 16 achievements, dude. Amnesia doing good, eh? Considering it's on Game Pass and stuff, that's actually like quite a lot of people who still bought it and all. Considering it was out around time of Diablo 4, but yeah, that just kind of shows that, you know, the overlap is not that huge in different genres. Actually close to overwhelming even. Not bad, not bad. Heretics Fork, oh, this one I saw before. And the prologue one, yeah. There's also like some people I remember molding. Something is not perfect there. Price the free prologue, relax. Relax a bit. Oh, this is the extraction one, I remember. Extraction turn-based. Pogue. I got the prologue too, The button. Insane clicker there. Peace out, boy, though. How we doing? Every time you press the button, you get 1 point. Then press the button, your odds to lose all your points increase by 1%. Good luck. Damn, that's the peak gaming, dude, eh? We can buy the golden button. Poog. Yeah, people got Ella to play this even. Insane. True. Gonna get Final Fantasy 16? Nope. That's the PlayStation. Ain't gonna play that. Hey there, Zam. Ain't gonna play that. Could like yank it from my friend, but yeah. Yanking from friend becomes kind of like more complicated if the move hopefully goes through on, then yanking PlayStation is not gonna happen. Kinda hard to yank from another country. And that friend we can't convince to go for us. Yeah, it's PlayStation only. Not even sure about 6 months, they didn't say anything. I think they're basically gonna start, well, at least from their words, they're gonna start working on PC version after the PlayStation is out. So they are not. Well, I mean, for a while they were talking, they're not even planning it, right? So I think it's all kind of like they just can't really say anything about it. So at least 6 months. At least 6 months, I would say. He said 6 months is a no-no. Yeah, it might be more. It might be a year or something. Contract ends 6 months. Production not. Yeah. Well, I mean, they might still kind of be, you know, like dancing around. Like before they were even like saying that there's not gonna be PC version. It's not even planned. You know, now closer to release date, they're already kind of talking about it. And then maybe when it's actually out, it will be, well, yeah, in 6 months we're gonna see you on PC. Yeah, we'll see. But it's gonna be at least 6 months, I'm pretty sure. Deep Quark Galactic got new season there, apparently. Some new stuff there. Man, these guys are farming crazy. %, wait for that in December, yeah. But that I wouldn't. Oh yeah, Remnant 2 is out. How's that going? Yeah, it's pre-order still. The 5th July, damn son. The new content is very lackluster, I see. Well, I mean, I don't know. People kind of fine with that, seems like. People still having fun and all that. There we go. Yeah, should have plenty of content there anyway. Regardless. Yeah, Remnant 2 already pumping in pre-orders. Thank you guys, thank you. That's very good, eh? Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm cheating, but I know who that made. I know who made that. The Kite is soft. I already know. Another one. Yep. And another one. That's kind of easy to see, as I said already. I mean, I saw it from the style, but then double checking is easy. As soon as you see their mascot there on the picture, then yep, that's them. Another one. Is it time for another 2 games per month this month? Yuke. Is it? No, they already got 2 in June. Come on, man. 2 in May, 2 in June. Is it time for more in June now? Damn, yeah, they're gonna have 3 in June, seems like. Wait, maybe 4? Ah, it's coming soon yet, alright. Hard to say, but yeah, they're gonna have 3 in June. Insane, eh? They pumping. The conveyor is going. I got the engine, I got all those things figured out, got some assets and everything. Let's go. Just change them a little bit once in a while. Change the topic and it's all fine. But I mean, at least they kind of seem alrighty. And people do be enjoying those, so... Could be worse. Could be full on a lethal asset flip. Damn, what is this? Another ass game. That is a different one. 20 cents, alright. And they be farming there. Action RPG. Teasing fantasy. Plays a struggling young master. Dungeon master. No, this Chinese one. Don't call pony. Well, that's not his jam, probably. Amazing trailer. Okay, there is some gameplay there, son. Oh, that's gameplay there, right? But that's gameplay indeed. I got you some waifus there, so I guess maybe can still call pony. Hard to say. The boss art seems good though. The boss art seems kinda alright. Animations and stuff. And actually, when you kinda zoom in, maybe a little less, but still. Early access June 20th, apparently. Alright. That's my favorite day. The aliens Dark Descent. This one is also soon already then. Oh, also on 20th. I see. Another one. We'll see how that one will do. That's the... Oh, the XCOM-ish stuff, isn't it? Wasn't it? Sorta. Bandit Brawler. Oh, this one we saw before, right? That's the meme fiesta. So this one, that's probably like from Playway subsidiaries, I feel. The 99% miss, we'll see, we'll see. And there's gonna be the meme shit there. We'll see about that. At least the memes might be alright, probably. Ooh, speaking of memes, actually, let's see how's the dink shit doing. How's the updates? I mean, they still kind of be doing something, alright. 100k gold police. And new NPC voiceovers. No, hopefully they will keep pumping that one. I want to play that when it fully releases. I already played the early access version on release, and that was a ride, man. That was a nice ride, though. That was fun. I just didn't want to like grind it out hard. I guess better to do it on release when all the memes and stuff are in. So I kind of went through all the story available. And then there's like a lot of open world stuff to do, and I decided to wait with that. For the full run, that's gonna be more fun. Yeah, the FPS, the Trepang 2, of the Fear Lake from Team 17 Publishing, actually, I see. It's like the Trepang is like the mollusk or something, wasn't it? That always kind of like makes it sound weird to me. Yeah, it is. It's a fucking sea cucumber even. Like, why would you call your game a sea cucumber? That's why it always kind of like makes me question mark there. It makes me question mark always. Can take something called the sea cucumber serious. Not gonna lie. But apparently some good stuff. Apparently some good stuff. IndieDB a best upcoming indie 2019. Yeah, about that. About that, man. It's a little later now, I would say. 2019 was 30 years ago. I think I saw this one. Oh yeah, that one was in one of the shows. That looked really nice. That looked really nice. I had the art style on this one. Like I played similar games before on stream already too, with the robot making. But this like the style looks like very like I don't know, appealing to me. Like for the game like this especially, like with the good contrast, you know, outlines and everything. Very good, eh? Early access, alright. We'll see. Looks like Sable. Yeah, the art style is similar. That is true. Ooh, yeah, the Bookwalker. 22nd of July release, even. Hope I'll manage to get my hands on it. I would be down. Yeah, this is a demo. I can play the demo maybe on the next fest. We'll see. The new demo. Wait, new demo announcement. So I got new demo available now, new demo announcement. Alright. This might be some good stuff. I'm down, I'm down. Okay, 6 days in Fallujah also. That one is actually real, Oof, early access too. Wonder if we get another wave of Fiesta around this one. I wonder. Because there was a lot of Fiesta when it was announced first, and then it was silent for like 4 years or maybe or something. And then they actually still appeared, surfaced again. I see, I see. And the pain. Oh, the pain. Novalence, I think, yeah, that also was in, yeah, I remember this one now. Yeah, Guerrilla Collective. Saw this one. That I remember. And that we saw. Not sure if it's gonna be exactly my jam. And then you get the gigapixel stuff. We'll see. Let's feed all monsters. Could that be? And some puzzle stuff, I guess. Cute and cozy aligned puzzle game. Alright. Gotta feed them all, eh? Oh, they are 60 plus. Damn, son. It's time to level up. It's time to level. At least you get it to drop already, and that's good, huh? That is good, huh? I think I'm gonna farm like some nightmare dungeons that I have, like the sigils already. Probably. I get my glyph and everything leveled up some more. And then go in. I have some like lower tier ones that I can try to go fast through. It's still better to run through them rather than just like salvage them or something. Probably. Alright, let's see. Any hidden gems? So, the Daydream. Puzzle platformer. There's also Gorilla Collective. Don't recognize this one really. Or was it? Not exactly my jam though. That looks kinda alright. Oh yeah, that's this one. Saw this earlier. Oh yeah, Bolivian Override. This one is out now. Yeah, someone mentioning this one I remember too, right? We got confused that it's some another Oblivion mod or something. And it's an actually new game, Castlevanian roguelikes. Seems good, Doing quite well too by the looks of it. This looks alrighty. This looks alrighty. Similar to Whole World. Not sure about that. The new Dead Cells, damn son. Steam Deck out of the box. Great and still getting updates. It's early access, I see. Well, I mean, still getting updates. I mean, it's just out, so, you know. Is it already an achievement? You know, people consider it an achievement. If, like, there's still updates, you know, less than a week after release. I see window, I see. Before 70, I guess you want some Hell Tides, maybe. That might be a good option. Just, like, stick to Hell Tides and get some gear. Or get level 60 plus, close it to 70, and then go for actual dungeoning, I guess. Alright, next. There we go. Confirm Reborn DLC, so that one before. Yeah, the tree. True. Oh, Dragon's Dogma 2. That's a nice recommendation. True. That's a good one. Towers of Agazba. You see this one in one of the shows? I think so. Any gameplay enjoyers? Yeah, we saw this one. That I remember. There's some ding stuff here though. The open world experience. Yeah, these bits I remember. Farming from the flying creatures. Okay. This could be kinda nice. Not even early access, seems like. Impressive, eh? Impressive, eh? Okay, where do you go with so Creature Lab, eh? I think we saw that one before, yeah, Playways, yeah. The mad scientist with crazy experiments. Mixed, damn son. Could be window, could be. What's wrong with this one? I bought the game second release, give it an hour. Tutorials are key, but after that doesn't give you any tips when you mess up on what you did wrong. Very complex game. Damn, son. Very buggy. Eat my save file. The game is full of bugs. Expectations it doesn't meet. Alright. Didn't encounter any bugs. Damn, son. The game is boring. Does indeed sounds worse. Bugs we already even see in the glorious Blizzard game. Yeah, one even today. The Dubium. Oh yeah, that's the another Amogus. I remember. Amogus like. Friends versus friends. Already like for a while also in popular ones. Yeah, that one is also farming actually. But the sus like. Exciting journey and only up. So this like kinda not a jump king getting over it ish like. Kinda seems like it. Looks like not a lot of people got only up though. Some people got down there. Almost got to the end and the game just crashed. Lost all progress. Worst game ever. I played this game for long, but I hate it. There's a lot of people molding there. I'm not sure if it's like the, you know, seems kind of like the maybe with sarcastic molding, but you shit on the reviews, brother. Don't save your progress if you leave the game. A game crashes, you lose everything. Alright. Meant for streamers to have something to do for a day and then be forgotten in a month. Alright. True. Gonna leave my PC on because if I turn it off, I lose my progress. Bro, it's 1 hour. Come on. If you see this game from TikTok, please heed this warning and do not buy it. If you don't play it the past 2 hours, so you can get a refund. Damn, son. The advice. Videos you see on TikTok are cool, but it looks promising, but the game is riddled with game-breaking bugs. Alright. See, in the TikTok... the TikTok advertising, man. It works. I see, so okay, see. Yeah, maybe they need to get like the level codes or something introduced. Pretend, you know, that it's like a very retro and cool feature. And just so you don't even need to make some sort of save system in the game. Easy life. Easy life. Alright, let's check out the stories. What do we have? And well, this one is opening forever. And we can check another one that actually works faster and better. A summer sale on GOG. Yeah, Phantom Liberty is $30. Yeah, that's probably gonna be after Starfield already. Probably. Well, I will see. And if we're already gonna be moving, I'll change region, and maybe I'll be able to buy it myself, actually, because I own it on GOG, and I can't buy shit on GOG whatsoever. Yeah, we kinda can't. Well, I mean, there are some ways, but yeah, on Steam, you still kinda can, and here you can't. We're planning in August. Planning in August. Free shit. Sigma Theory. Got him. The Sigma grind set. Getting the free games. Let's see, so I see the game plan. They're running for 10 days. Imagine if someone would turn it off. Oof. Oof. 75% off on Morrowind. Not bad. Just $4. Dreadgale already 20% discount. Not bad. That's a good game. A Jade Empire. And Might and Magic 6-pack. $2. That's the packs and remasters we need, dude. That's the ones we need. A best-selling Cyberpunk and Heroes in the second spot, damn son. $2.50 on sale. Get it, get it. Show Ubisoft that they need to make actual Might and Magic game, and not the shit that they recently published. At least they remember that they have Might and Magic, I guess, somewhat. Somewhat. B-17 Flying Fortress on the simulator stuff? Sounds kind of familiar. Should be that new, really. Upcoming, Noob the Factionless. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty Bundle. Damn, son. $56. With $30 DLC in. I mean, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. How much was the original? And nowadays, at least. Pre-order bonus. Get a car, Pog. It's at 29. Damn, they're gonna save you like $3. Insane, dude. Huh? The value. You're saving extra $3 that way. Oof, insane. Totally recommend. But I mean, it's not bad. 55 for the whole package. Not sure about pre-ordering. It should. I think it should be good though. I think that DLC should be good. Yeah, they got so much shit that they probably gonna try really hard to actually deliver something decent, especially with that price. So hopefully. I'm not recommending any Coomer games. Actually, this like idle project maybe could be a bit debatable. Then maybe we'll see. God, not signed in. Oh, whatever. Fine. I think they're still already over actually too. So meh. Whatever. Alright, let's get to them news. There's not that much really going on in the past week with all the shows that are over now. Not really that much. Let's go. All right. Embracer announces restructuring program. Studio closures expected. Too early to give an exact forecast on the number of layoffs, CEO says. And another one. Better optimize the use of Embracer's resources. And take operational financial measures to increase cash conversion, improve efficiency, and reduce capex. Capex, damn son. In order to reach a financial net debt under $930 million. 10 billion kroner. Damn, the debt by the end of the financial year. Dude, they were planning to get some deal for like a billion or two, I think, right? And they like cutting people off and getting debt there going on. The modern business, dude, huh? Embracer also plans to reduce overhead costs by at least 10%, $75 million per year. Company didn't provide further details on that aspect. It did say that its restructuring actions will include the closing of studios and termination of projects that have not yet been announced and with low projected returns. Okay, so like everything that they think is not really good gonna be cut, seems like, with low projected returns. Only publishing blockbusters, man. Close to 17,000 people working. That number will be lower by the end of the year. It's too early to give an exact forecast on this. As of March 31st, Embracer's net debt amounted to $1.45 billion. Bruh. And they were still planning to get some deal. Was that acquisition, I wonder, or something? Or maybe they were selling something, actually. I kind of doubt it, though. But like $1.5 billion in debt. Holy shit. Well, at least for these guys, it kind of like looks like it makes sense, I guess, to get some restructuring. During past years, Embracer invested significantly both in acquisitions and into a strategy of accelerated organic growth. Have acquired some of the world's leading entertainment IP, and we have invested into one of the largest pipelines of games across the industry. Yeah, I have it, Nation. Yep, absolutely. It was right there. 1 second. It was actually here in the beginning. Well, that's kind of like another one. Wasn't there another one before already? Doing something, one of the co-founders or something? I see, Steve, I see. A movie never goes as planned. Well, I mean, it's not gonna be like... Well, I mean, it's a different moving, dude, you know. When you like move it to another country, you don't do it in waves or something. You just kind of, you know, pack up and piece the fuck out. As long as it's possible to piece the fuck out, you know. Because if not, then it's not happening. It's kind of like, you know, the binary stuff here. It either happens and it happens like fast, or it doesn't. Because you just can't. Invest in one of the largest pipelines of games across the industry. Program presented today will transform us from our current heavy investment mode to a highly cash flow generative business this year. Well, I mean, when you have $1.5 billion in debt, you probably eventually will need to make some cash flow. Otherwise, you know, how are you gonna pay that? After completion of this program, we will generate growth and profitability with less business risk and with higher margins in the PC console segment over the coming years. This in turn will give us the freedom to continue to grow and deliver the high quality experiences our players really value. Yeah, the deal worth over $2 billion collapsed. Next, were they planning to get even deeper in debt? Or what was that? Or they were getting paid for something? The $2 billion deal. Rockstar Games co-founder Dan Houser reveals new studio, Absurd Ventures. A vice president when he announced in 2020 that he was leaving the company behind franchises like Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto. At the time of the announcement, Houser revealed that he had taken an extended break starting in the spring of 2019. Last day at Rockstar, which he co-founded with his brother Sam Houser in 1998, was March 11th. Now, 3 years later, Houser has revealed Absurd Ventures. Studios focused on building narrative worlds, creating characters, and writing stories for a diverse variety of genres without regard to medium, to be produced for live action and animation, video games, and other interactive content, books, graphic novels, and scripted podcasts. Sounds quite ambitious, huh? Yep. Features all kinds of visuals showcasing its style. There is nothing official in terms of projects announced at this time. Yeah, that sounds like a little, you know, a very wide scope there. What they plan to do. Like a little bit of everything. I'm not sure about that. Wasn't there another, like, also like the Rockstar dude who was making the, what was the name of that one? Also like game about everything. The project to showcase the takeoff. The takeoff nowadays you don't need to show anything. You just need to be from some famous company and you just get a bunch of advancements instantly. That's how it goes. That's why probably he decided to return also now. Which is kind of weird because a lot of like big studios closing a lot of projects, you know, like firing people left and right, and then, you know, like someone new from some of the companies comes in like, yo guys, I'm like making my new studio. I don't know what we're gonna be doing, but it's gonna be, you know, like super cool. No crunch, very nice, you know, and everyone is like already throwing money at them instantly. Diablo 4 made over $666 million in global sell-through in 5 days. Title is the best-selling opening in Blizzard's history following its launch on June 6. Pretty good. Still not as good as Call of Duty usually does, but still quite something. They maybe got. Well, actually, yeah, it's the copies, right? No, wait, it's $666 million. Yeah, not even the copies. So yeah, they maybe got the marketing budget back already. That's very pog. That's very pog. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom sold 1.5 million boxed copies in Japan in May. Japan monthly charts. What do they have there? Zelda the first spot. Mario Kart Hogwarts Legacy. Damn son. On PS4 actually. How they have like the separate even between consoles there. Now Hogwarts is pumping in Japan, alright. Pokemon, Kirby. Yeah, the Switch galore, dude. The Minecraft Switch edition, too. It's one PS4 game and rest is Switch. Yeah, Japan has, you know, its own atmosphere there, that's for sure. But they have their own shit going there. Phantom Liberty director says CD Projekt Red has a very healthy work-life balance right now. Studio has reportedly made good on its promise to reduce crunch after Cyberpunk 2077 troubles. That's according to Gabe Montangelo, the director for upcoming Cyberpunk 2077 expansion Phantom Liberty, who told Bloomberg that the company has delivered on its promise regarding overworking its employees. Director said there are new policies in place to prevent burnout among its developers, including a system that alerts management if any member of the team is working for prolonged periods. He added that any employee requesting to work extra hours is only permitted to do so to a certain degree. See what turns out to the next full game. Well, yeah, with DLC, they actually kind of took like a very lax approach, right? Like they didn't announce anything, no release dates, nothing until like the very end almost. And they did put a lot of time into it, so yeah, they did take their time with it. Fortunately, it's a very healthy work-life balance right now. Bloomberg reports that lower-level members of staff have confirmed this, although added that work-life balance at CD Projekt Red is still a complicated issue overall. We'll see. Montage pointed to the longer development cycle for Phantom Liberty, arriving 2 years after the base game's launch rather than within a year, as was the case with The Witcher 3's expansions. However, it's worth noting that this may partly be down to the amount of time needed to address the many technical shortcomings Cyberpunk 2077 suffered from at launch. Commitment to reducing crunch from the board level is something else, really. I was struck by the humility and willingness to change. And I think he also gonna be the lead on the Cyberpunk sequel too. Oh, the same guy. So we'll see. I guess how the DLC will go will be a little bit of a hint, you know, in which direction might the main game go. We will see. Microsoft Studios is no longer developing for Xbox One. Current gen titles will be supported via Xbox's cloud streaming service instead. And moved on to Gen 9, referring to the Xbox Series X and S. Alright, so it's over. Isn't a new map? Wait, what do you mean? It should be like new region or something. At the least, I think. Twitch introduces 70-30 revenue split and new Partner Plus program. It's a reuse of the area. Ah, I see. Alright. Expand specific. Okay. Streamers who match the criteria will benefit from a 70% share on their net subscription revenue up to $100,000 annually, after which it will revert back to a 50-50 split. Alright. 70% share, and they maintain a sub count of at least 350 recurring paid subscriptions for 3 consecutive months. Let's see, window, I see. Gift subscriptions and Twitch Prime subscriptions do not count towards the 350 threshold. Once the criteria is met, streamers will automatically be enrolled in the Partner Plus program for 12 months and will remain in it even if their sub count decreases during that 12-month period. And then they're gonna get kicked out of it. A new program is due to launch in October 1st, 2023, with streamers selected from July onwards. Anyone meeting the criteria in July, August, and September will be enrolled and notified in October if that's the case. You'll see. So, like, basically, the people actually fitting in this 70-30 with, like, the 350 recurring paid subscriptions. Like, how many people, guys, do you think on Twitch actually fit the bill here with 350 recurring paid subscriptions to get the 70-30 share? How many do you think? How many streamers actually can benefit from that? 2%? Well, let me count. Well, depend of partners. No, of partners is actually more. Actually, no, wait a second. And 10,000. 100. Nah, that a bit more of partners. This isn't new. Wait, what's not new? The 70-30 split? Well, 70-30 split you never knew exactly how you're gonna get, and they stopped giving it for a while. Was always an option. Well, they weren't giving new ones for a while, from what I know. Basically, 70-30 I think was mostly for people who kind of like got to the point where they got, you know, like their own personal manager and stuff. That's when you get 70-30. And back then that probably was like few hundred channels. Right now it's 1,000. Right now, apparently, according to stats, it's gonna be 1,000 channels. I'm not sure if the stat actually also takes in account primes and gifts, because normally dashboard, I think, well, it does show you percentage of revenue from prime and from gifties, I think. Unless they changed that. I haven't watched that, right? Because I'm not getting paid anyways, so I haven't changed that financial part for a while. Let me see, did they add some of that? Did they add some of that? Research? No, research is a different one. It was an overview. They changed that. Shows monthly stuff, doesn't show the breakdown there. There used to be like convenient breakdown stuff there. Oh, revenue, this one. Oh yeah, this one, alright. So maybe now it does show. Yeah, it does show you like how much like revenue you get from prime subs and gifted subs, for example. But doesn't show like amount. Doesn't show the amount really. There is 40,000 partners. So, well, actually like 2% is kind of close to it really. So 40,000 partners and 1,000 people with who actually are eligible for that stuff. So yeah. And yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it does say here. Yeah, it does say here it's no primes and no gifties. So like if we take an account 70k, I'm not sure actually. Like the stat where I saw, it said like 40 something thousand partners. That could be that Twitch did some sort of culling there in numbers of partners, because now we also have this like they basically gonna be doing culling regularly now with partners. Like every year you get sort of like to re-sign the paper, sorta. And some people I think already didn't get that. Like I got mine, thankfully. I'm surprised actually, but yeah, some people didn't get that. Recurring subscriptions is well, yeah, you need to, since you need to have it 3 months in a row, you need to have it, yeah, the recurring one. So it should continue. It should be continuing. At the great partner call. Well, I mean, I'm not sure. Was it 70,000? That sounds like a lot. I think it was around like 50k always. I doubt it's called that much. I doubt they called it that much. But yeah, it is no gifties, no primes. So yeah, I'm not sure. Is it even like 1,000 people who fit that bill? With that, because you need like a lot. You need quite a lot to get to this point. And the thing is, like with gifties, yeah, it's easy. Like, well, easy for some people, right? Like with gifties, people can farm. You can like do some like subathons and stuff. But considering it's no primes and no gifties, that is a way worse. That's way worse. Man, I'm actually surprised. Like, I mostly still get like paid subs. That I am surprised actually with. Like I thought, like the only people who still sub to me are like people with primes, but nah. Primes are only like 1/5 basically. Not bad, not bad. Interesting. The kick to actually eat into their pie. I don't think kick's gonna like eat in their pie that much. Like, they basically losing like 4 or something like hours per week from those streamers that got the bag. And in the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. Like, if anything, I think that's actually like benefiting Twitch more potentially. Because like the amount of subs, for example, not gonna drop for those people probably. Most likely, right? If they're gonna be like off Twitch like only for like some hours per week, and the rest of the time they still gonna stream on Twitch, right? People not gonna be inclined to stop subbing, for example, right? Like if they would move completely, obviously people would stop subbing, but this way people will keep the sub on, and at the same time, you know, they're just not gonna be streaming as much, generating that much traffic and everything. So, and they're still probably gonna roll decent amount of hours of odds anyway, so I don't think Twitch gonna lose much. If they get them, it's a huge thing. Well, I mean, it's a huge thing for Kick, for example, right? It's a huge thing for the platform that gets them. But that's actually not really a loss for Twitch, though. Like, Twitch is not losing anything out of it. Because, like, I really doubt that Kick will become, like, the go-to place, you know? Like, sure, all those people, like, for, like, 2 years, I think XQC got the contract. Okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to that soon. Well, I mean, I can open it now while we, like, on the Twitch topic, sure. But yeah, with this stuff, basically, it's a good thing. Now it's kind of clear. Now people get, like, the direction, how much they need to farm, how they need to farm to get that 70-30 split. But yeah, it's gonna be, like, out of, like, the partners, that's gonna be, like, 1-2%, right? And out of, like, the whole streamers and, like, partners plus affiliates even, that's, like, 0 point, you know, forget about it, basically. So that's kind of like, for most of the platform, that's a nothing burger. And the thing is, like, out of this, like, 1,000, right, that gonna benefit from that, like, probably, like, 100, 200s don't really even care too much, probably. Well, at least 100, I would say. They already, like, don't really even ask people to sub, probably, and then don't really care about it anymore. Because they farm some different ways. Alright, let's skip to this part then, while we are at it. Sure. Yeah, XQC Kick just signed a $100 million contract. The cards for a few weeks, but nobody was sure it would be delivered. In recent hours, news broke that XQC, arguably the biggest streamer on Earth, damn son, one way to put it, signed a non-exclusive 2-year contract with Kick, the all-new, somewhat virulent competitor to Amazon's Twitch. It is said to be the most valuable contract in streaming history, boasting a total value of up to $100 million over a 2-year period. A claim was handed over to the New York Times by XQC's manager following the reveal that the Canadian content creator would indeed be moving over to Kick. Yeah, they make, like, the mainstream news and everything. That sure does. Like, that actually, I think helps Kick a lot. Like, not getting, you know, the kind of like the streaming like adjacent people on the board, but actually, you know, kind of like completely new people, sorta, or people who don't really care about streaming too much even to hear about the platform. Hey Lemon, never heard of XQC? Damn son, kinda hard not to hear about him when he's like live 16 hours a day or something. Kinda hard not to see him at some point, at least somewhere, I guess. Yeah, what are the biggest deals, You got Oberon there too? It was live on Twitch yesterday. That's the thing, is it's not an exclusive deal. And, like, I mean, he's live like 16 hours a day, right? Like, if he will be doing like a couple of hours on another platform, that's not gonna change a thing. Stake made like 70 billions, damn son. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It is true. It is true that like Stake can afford it for now. But the problem is, like, it depends on, like, if the platform will be still self-sustainable. Like, will it actually make that money back? Like, it's a drop in the bucket, but, you know, when at some point times get a bit rough, you know, and you start counting those drops, then it's time to, you know, kind of start cutting things off. I think I already, like, saw the screenshots of, like, his first stream with chat. There was some... there was some kick moments there, let's put it that way. Sure puts effort and is dedicated? Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. He broke the platform well, and he also, like, got already, like, all the typical kick enjoyers. hitting all the isms in one post instantly. Like, you know, kind of like the old style Twitch when there were bots running around doing that, basically. Yeah, the effort and dedicated for sure. Like, I actually kind of don't even know how he kind of like got that dink in. It'd be like, I remember first time I heard about him when Rekful did podcast with him. I was like first time I see like XQC. Like, who? Like some Overwatch like pro player. All right, I guess. And then like few years, you know, forward, boom. You think memes dedicated as much as he's addicted to streaming? Well, I mean, I think it does go past the healthy stuff. That's for sure. That just can't be really healthy. Especially, I remember I think he had some like issues and stuff with health that he couldn't even like solve really because of streaming all the time. So I think it's kind of more of like, you know, the cope mechanism, just escapism in the streaming. But I mean, who are we to judge? He's making at least he's making for that a bunch of money. So you know, as long as he's at some point, you know, taking care of himself, that is fine. He's sure gonna make enough to retire. That's for sure. But yeah, like if he's streaming like 16 hours on Twitch and now like 4 hours out of that gonna be like on Kick, and probably not even every day, then Twitch is not like losing much from that. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how these things go, huh? Evil West? No, I haven't. I have not. Actually, no, wait a second. Evil West I did, yeah. Evil West I did. Evil West is nice. There's too many. There's like Evil West, there's Weird West, there is Dead West or something. Or that was like too many Wests, man. I always mixing them up. Yeah, I think I did. I think I did play Chapter 1. Has become a famous streamer wife. I mean, don't even need to be a wife. The Blood West. Yeah, Blood West I played. Yeah, Evil West I haven't played. Not even wife. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the fun part. But yeah, basically, like the thing about all this kick stuff, I'm not like. I mean, it's nice. I support all the competitors for Twitch for sure, always. But outside of like the big streams, I don't even know. Will it be that good? Because like the type of audience they got there from what I've seen so far, and even like from XQC's like first streams there, is you know, kind of interesting for community building perspective. Let's put it that way. First of all, second of all, the sustainability of that thing. Like sure, if you're like a huge dude who's gonna be like fine on any platform, right? And who's even getting paid to stream on that platform, he's whatever. He is a whatever. Like they can, they're gonna get they can go to any platform and they are fine. There's gonna be some people following them there, and whenever they return, although all the community will just come back, you know. So I think for the big streamers that will be fine. They will be fine. And for the small streamers though, that I'm not sure. Because like starting on this one, as I said, like the community, not sure about the quality, discoverability. I mean, it's Twitch in disguise, right? It's the same source code of Twitch and everything, just with different color scheme. So it has all the issues of Twitch too, right? With discoverability and stuff, which might be a little easier because it's like kind of less diluted and shit, you know, like less people in general streaming still, so maybe it's a bit easier to get somewhere up there if you manage to get some initial start, the bump initially. But the problem is the sustainability of that stuff. Like sure, you get like better split on subs, and ad revenue for small streamers is like irrelevant. It's like literally like 20 bucks or something, like for a stream of my size, for example, it's like around that number. Maybe with odd incentive program, we'll see. I like Triz actually recommended me to still try it because like numbers that it shows as prediction are kind of wrong, and recommended me to try it to see how it is. So maybe I will. We'll see. I mean, I will when I will have some potentially, returns from that, because right now I'm not getting paid by Twitch anyway, so what's the point? Running more ads. Well, I mean, it's not going to be more ads. It's going to be the same three ads, 3 minutes per hour, which I'm always forgetting to do, unless when I'm starting the stream or switching to kitchen, right? But yeah, it's just going to be like dedicated 3 hours, 3 minutes per hour, and see how it goes. But that will be when I will be able to get the money actually from them, right? Because otherwise no point anyway. And then we'll see. Then we will see if it's actually doing much. But I bet it's still gonna be like maybe 50 at best, probably. So yeah, like you don't get odds, which is I guess whatever, sure. But yeah, the subs you get, you will make more from subs for sure. But the thing is, like, will it have enough discoverability for you? Enough, people for you? Because I think still a lot of people going to Kick is, like, people who just kind of, like, go there for their streamer, right? Who went there with contract. Like, I don't think a lot of people, XQC goes on Kick. A lot of people go to Kick. XQC stops on Kick and goes back to Twitch, for example. I'm pretty sure they also go back to Twitch. Unless they maybe have some sort of, like, rules, that you need to finish the stream or, like, start the stream there. Probably finish the stream rather, right? Like you stream on Twitch, then you stream on Kick, and then you go offline, and the expectation that people, kind of instead of going back to Twitch, they're gonna like browse Kick instead. I would get that kind of like makes sense at least, right? Because otherwise, like you stream there, you move to another platform, and then you just go back again, and everyone just goes back with you. That would be kind of weird, right? So like you kind of will be hoping on those waves of like juicers and other people to like go actually explore the platform. And I don't know, like I also feel like Twitch is already kind of very, very centered around just chatting category, right? Like the gaming streams in general kind of like slower to take off, harder to maintain, a lot of like, kind of like drop in the gaming streams, a lot of like kind of OGs in gaming, for example, kind of like not feeling too well, right? Without adapting to kind of the just chatting meta and participating like in some like networking drama fiesta and stuff like this. And Kick is like even more of that, because like all the top streamers that they get is exactly already people mostly focusing on that stuff, except for XUC actually, because like I think pretty much everyone else they so far got signed are not really doing gaming content whatsoever. Now, who did they get there? Like Aiden Ross. Who else? Like a bunch of like W community people and everything, and well, Amaranth also, yeah, not infamous for the gaming content, let's put it that way too, huh? Drake, well, yeah, well, Drake is kind of like more like there in general. Like, I don't think he's even gonna be like streaming that much, but yeah, I guess. Like, it's people who like bring the audience that is even more focused. Like, it's like Twitch is already kind of built around it, and they just like put like, the very center of it and put it on that platform. So it's like literally just like people focused on like just chatting and that stuff. And usually that part of community is like quite something. Tell you that from my personal experience as a streamer, as a moderator, that's usually like the dankest places, And that's gonna be something you will need to kind of produce then for those people to get the growth on Kick, in my opinion. Like, I'm not sure how good it is for like the gaming stuff. It might be easier though for gaming stuff in some popular categories, right? Like if like there will be people interested in watching something like kind of mainstream and big, there might be a little less competition for you to get into. Like Call of Duty, Valorant, CS, kind of something like that maybe. Like, there might be people interested in watching that, and there might be less streamers doing that, right? And there might be some higher chance that you can kind of, hit it good. Maybe. But otherwise, I feel like the stuff they acquire, stuff they focus on is like not really for gaming. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Drake is on Kick. I mean, he's sponsored by them, like posts on Instagram, like he's like betting or gambling or something. And yeah, I think he was doing some streams. I think basically they were like, he was like doing like a couple of hours of stream doing something, maybe gambling, I guess, or some shit, right? And when he was finishing, he was like dropping like the raid somewhere and like gifting like subs and everything to people. Like a lot of subs, actually. They do be raining money there, let's put it that way. Yes, he's okay, I see. But yeah, something like that was there. I mean, he's like partnered with them, or they partnered him. So I don't think he's like regularly streaming, but yeah, they're gonna just like bring him in sometimes to kind of like advertise, I guess. Like he's partnered with Stake, right? So by extension with Kick, I guess, in a way. Twitch can go back to being a gaming platform. The thing is, Twitch doesn't want to. Like Twitch tries to focus on different things now. Like I don't know, maybe if everyone thinks that the gaming is dead or something, or I don't know. Everyone is trying to focus on something else. And like I mean, I don't mind, right? Like some content like that is not like you don't need to focus solely on gaming for sure. Like it's fine to do some other stuff, but I think it should be also kind of like more clear categorization, right? Not just like there was IRL section back in the day, right? And then they made like a bunch of other sections to make everything more sorted out, right? Like cooking, traveling, this kind of stuff. Guess what? Now it's again IRL section. It just renamed, and all other sections are dead and useless. And that's a weird thing, and that's the weird thing about it, and nothing is being enforced, and no one really cares about it. So everyone just goes, sometimes even playing games in just chatting category, just because you know they farm viewers that way. So that is the weird stuff, and they all kind of like they feel that they have gaming in their pockets, so they just kind of go for all the other audiences they can. They get like right now they focus on like some podcasting stuff with the guest star feature, right? They promote a lot of music channels with like people like, you know, making music and stuff on stream. Even though like some of the stuff, like some crafts and everything people do, right? That's kind of cool. Like I watched, I remember back in the day, some streams like that once in a while, like people like, you know, doing some handmade stuff, you know, this kind of shit. That's kind of cool. I like that. And music too. I mean, why not, right? It's nice. I think it's nice, but still, like you already have like some kind of strong part there. Why not, you know, reinforce it? But I think it's in general. It's not about, you know, gaming, not gaming. It's about the fact that they in general don't really promote much stuff. Outside of stuff that already promoted enough, I guess. Let's put it that way. Just not enough discoverability for people, really. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how all this stuff goes with Kick. It's kind of sad that like the main competitors right now on the scene for Twitch is like it's either Kick or Rumble. Like both are debatable. Let's put it that way from like the perspective of how will they live and who is on them and everything. So yeah, not sure. Because yeah, Kick right now is like very unhinged, sorta, compare like looking at the content happening there and stuff. It is quite wild, so I'm not sure how good it will be for like the reputational perspective. That's why I'm saying, like, you know, it might be not the best idea for like a smaller streamer to start there, the small streamer. It's okay maybe to use as one-off, like all the platforms, right? Like people do sometimes. Might be not bad, just like tapping in all of them, but yeah, like kind of like focusing on Kick, I don't think it's a good idea because I just don't know if it's sustainable in the long run. It just might be, you know, like at some point, like Stake will, you know, kind of like another crypto crash. Like there was like NFT, the Axie Infinite or something, right? That got like Hakirmond and lost like 600 mil or something there. Like, you know, like some dink Hakirmoning or some other stuff, and you know they just don't have enough to sustain something that is not profitable, and they just can, well, you know, we just opened it and now we're just closing it or some shit. Or yeah, like, you know, all the content happening there will attract some mass media, there will be noise, politicians involved, you know, this kind of stuff, and rip. Or if they will try to like actually go ham, then like Twitch gonna pull some, you know, like some restrictions, or they gonna like start some sort of investigation into like, you know, the viewing source code, that they're reusing a lot of that, you know, like court cases, lawsuits. And it's just kind of like might not be the best idea in my opinion in the long run. In the long run, that might be not the best place to associate yourself with if you just getting started. I don't have an experience with starting there though. Like I can say for sure that YouTube is pretty bad though for streaming as a small streamer. Let's put it that way. Not sure about Kick. We'll see about that, I guess. But yeah, like for all the people getting bags to stream there, that's a no-brainer in my opinion. Like, I would get some back for that. I would do that. Like, absolutely. Like, there's someone said they promised like 16 bucks per hour for streamers who like stream there and like, you know, with like active, engaged communities and stuff. Hey, bro, sure. Let's go. We'll give you like get like, you know, fixed rate and stuff for sometimes. I know for a fact. I mean, let's go. Sure. Why not? It's at least stable stuff when Twitch doesn't pay you shit. So, you know, when people getting bags, I don't mind, especially since it's not exclusive. Go for it. Sure. Get the bug and then return bag. Which is kind of like smart thing from Kick to do it that way, right? Because they kind of like people more likely to agree to stream there for the contract, but it's also like good thing for streamers because they don't need to kill their channel by moving to a completely other platform. And it's actually kind of good for Twitch because, you know, the Kick is like renting their servers after all the Amazon servers, so they still kind of get profit from that. And they also in the same time not really taking streamers from Twitch, they still go back again and everything, so why not? They don't really lose much from that. By getting my bag, huh? Whenever they're ready to bring it, I'm down. Oh, you guys haven't heard about the Rumble stuff? Well, I mean, Rumble is even banned in some European countries, but yeah, they got also some. They also threw some bags at some streamers. But on Rumble, you kind of like, if you make the alt stream, then on Rumble you make alt-right stream, basically. You know, that's pretty much the platform. But yeah, some people got also the non-exclusive contracts with those, with some monies. So there is that too. There is that too. And that's like the only competitors for Twitch really right now. Because YouTube, in my opinion, clearly doesn't even want to. Like, they want to compete with TikTok and everyone else. At least in Germany, Rumble accessible. And in France, it's for sure banned because they broadcast Russia Today there. So in France, it's already banned, I think. Without VPNs and everything. So it's kind of like true social of streaming platforms. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. So yeah, that's the like YouTube, in my opinion, kind of already dropped the fight. They don't really care about streaming much. They rather compete with TikTok or something. Probably. They don't want to. I don't think YouTube wants to get the live streaming. Like, I mean, like they can't be, you know, like that much of an idiot, right? To like know and see how things work and not being able to do it with all those money. I don't think so. I don't think they are that dumb. I don't think so. I think they perfectly know what they need to do and everything. They just don't want, and they don't want to bother with that. Like, as I said, YouTube has like different view on streaming as the part of their service. Like, the streaming on YouTube is not, you know, like 8 hours a day, you know, sitting, talking, playing. It's like 2 hours per week that you announce beforehand. You prepare, you know, some like topics and stuff. You gather your community and you do the session where you like constantly engage them and stuff. And then you go offline and make it into a video and everything. That's what they expect you to do. You can see from them, from their guides even, how to start streaming on YouTube, right? How to set things up and everything. How a lot of those things work from the background, from the dashboard perspective. It's completely different. Not to mention that pumping like the full blown long streams on YouTube that literally like fucks your channel within the algorithm. That's why a lot of people who do it, they just like instantly like there isn't even an option to remove the VOD from the channel instantly after stream is done, so you don't fuck your channel, you know, like algorithm thing. So you like unpublish it instantly after the stream, and then you already kind of like edit things and everything. Dem sock, becoming the Zuber there, I see. Yeah, the only thing I can see who is going into streaming, I'm not sure about Twitter. They might try, but I think they tried. They did before. They did before. That didn't really go that well. I am not sure if they will. I mean, there's like Instagram and stuff and TikTok on streaming, right? And they probably even like kind of big in some niches, but you don't really hear about them too often, right? The only one I can see right now that would be kind of potentially okay one is this Discord. Because I think all this name change is part of the reason, or not part of the reason, but part of the, you know, the plan of going forward with the streaming platform fate. Let's put it that way. I think they were planning to do it. I think they even like had some sort of like testing or something of that with like monetization and everything for streams still. Monetization of the channels and servers, right? That was also a thing. So I think that's part of it. They're gonna be probably trying to get into it. Discord might have a chance if they have money. And I don't think they are that profitable. So unless they got some investors that are ready to fork out that money, then not sure if they will. But maybe they have them. We'll see. Yes, Steam has the broadcasting stuff for years already. It's not really there. Discord is pretty closed, and that's exactly why they got the URLs. Like, you can open Discord from the browser, right? They can make it the same way. You just, like, you know, discord.gg slash, like, comrade nerdy. Boom, you get, like, a stream, and then you have, like, you know, like, the login. If you want to chat, here's the login for you. If you want to join, like, the Discord server and chat with community, here's the login for you. You know, this kind of stuff. Yeah, I think that's how it might be. That's how it might be. We'll see, though. But we will see, though. Kind of like some sort of like, you know, like different web front end for like streamers, basically. I think they could try that. I think they could try that and kind of more deeply integrated like community tools and stuff, which they already have. Could be. Like if they will do something like that, I wouldn't mind probably trying. Like because YouTube like is like I mean my like evening streams I don't really care where to stream, right? It's mostly just like the same, you know, few people who enjoy my content and enjoy just hanging out, and we just kind of like do the evening stream chatting and stuff and chilling together. So it doesn't really matter where it's gonna be, right? So like, and YouTube already kind of proved as pretty useless anyway. So yeah, I could go on Discord. I could go like all the kick and other stuff, but I kind of like don't really feel like it, to be honest. Unless they bring the bag. Bring the bag. I'm down. Good bag, preferably. Then I'm down, sure. At least any bag. Any bag would be better than Twitch's bag, because Twitch's bag is like full of holes, and so it's empty for a while already. Like they drop something in that bag and it just falls out instantly. The scuffed bag. Streams on Steam are weird. I don't think they're gonna continue. Like the thing is, like streaming is not super profitable for like the platforms that much. Like I mean, look at Twitch for example, and like they like I mean they're not bleeding money, right? They're not like in negatives, but the positives are considering the scale of thing, right? It's not that good, and I think that's why also YouTube is not going with it. Because you get like some crazy... No, I'm not gonna do it specifically. I'm memeing more, dude. More joking there. It's a joking more. Don't think I'm relevant for that stuff either. Or the bag gonna be that small that I'd rather not. Because like moving platforms, I mean, if it's like non-exclusive, then I mean, I guess. for the small price, for the small loan of $1 million, no problems. For 2 years, I can do 3 even. Fuck it, like 5. Alright, let's go. That would be fine. But yeah, they just kind of like... It's not super profitable. Like, you need to like learn how to monetize, and that's what Twitch is trying to do for the past like decade, and they still didn't really monetize the platform like well enough for themselves. They still struggle, and that's why I think YouTube is not really trying too much. Like, they focus on those small composed streams for a very simple reason, because it's less bandwidth to use. Because streams eat a lot of bandwidth. Like, well, I mean, I'm not sure how true that is, right? There are like calculations and everything that like streams in general, like until some point, they are basically a big L for Twitch. Like a lot of those like small streams, for example, and everything, they're making like negatives for Twitch because they don't bring any money, but they spend money, right? And the big channels, they already kind of don't care about subs. They don't promote subs too much, right? They benefit from this sponsors and stuff. So like the only money is like ad revenue, and that's why they're pumping ad revenue that hard recently, right? Because that's the only thing that was paying for their shit, basically. So yeah, juicers and scoomers are gone. Dude, they gone like for like 4 hours a week. Everything, all the other times they will be still here. And I doubt they will be canceling subs or something either. So everything is gonna be the same pretty much, more or less. Except like it's kind of like would be, you know, like my stream, usual stream, right? And then a lot of people don't even know that like on evenings, on the weekends, usually sometimes I do YouTube streams, right? That's pretty much it. Everyone just gonna be doing their regular streams, and then at some evenings or something, they're just gonna be like on Kick or something, just to secure the bag, because they have probably some amount of hours and stuff in the contract, and they're just gonna be doing it. Yeah, exactly, Axel. True. But that's the thing. You can't really get that revenue that much. Because there's a lot of people, from example, like, if you are, like, from here, you don't generate Twitch any profit. Because we don't get any odds. We literally just eat bandwidth here right now. We don't get any odds. People from here most likely aren't really well. Actually, they made us able to subscribe though, right? So people from here can actually subscribe and bring money to Twitch somehow at least. But at least no odds, nothing. And like a lot of countries don't have any advertisers and everything. So viewers from those countries actually negative in terms of profit for Twitch. And a lot of streamers who are just kind of like there's like millions, maybe a bit of too much, but like hundreds of thousands of people who just stream to like, you know, like just a few viewers or something, right? And they totally don't make enough, because those viewers go in, they just see like pre-roll and that's it, and then they watch like for a few hours, for example, right? So yeah, I am like they're not at the loss, but they totally not generating a lot of profit. And that's why, in my opinion, YouTube doesn't want to tap into it that much. They either try to figure how to monetize it better and then they go in, or they just rather like stick to something that brings more money. And that's why, you know, like partially, I guess, why like the Mixer was closed in the end, why Facebook is rolling down, like scaling down. There's like the partnership, streamer partnership thing is already like over. So I guess in general, they're gonna like completely close their streaming platform eventually too. So yeah, it's not as crazy as it seems. Like if it will be that profitable, everyone will be trying to tap into it. Just like everyone is trying to make their own copy of TikTok now, right? So I'm pretty sure if it will be that profitable, everyone will be trying to make their copy of Twitch. But sadly, it isn't. So yeah, the only competition right now we're getting is some way to dink type of stuff. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't even get the half. I don't even get the half. So you're actually paying Amazon full price. I should be the VIP streamer there. Yes, they probably should. Probably should, man. The data from streams to sell to advertisers. I mean, they already do. They already have plenty. They already have plenty. You can, European citizens, I think, can request like what data they have. They already have plenty. It's either no one needs that already, or those who kind of do need that, they already got all that info anyway, and they don't care about it anymore. And the only thing that they can do, that they really should do, in my opinion, right, is to take over the partnerships, but in a good way. Like get, you know, make this like management agency for streamers for, you know, some cut, reasonable cut, right? Because they tried with bounty boards. A lot of people stop doing them because you literally just like see what bounty you got. Alright, it's like Netflix bounty to watch the trailer, and you like just contact Netflix directly, like, yo guys, I saw that stuff there, you want me to do it directly, and you get paid like 50% more or something. So yeah, it's kind of like doable, but yeah, it's hard, and I'm not sure if they're even looking into it. I'm not sure if they're even looking into it. I'm not sure. Because yeah, if they could take over that, that would be like way better. Oh, sorry. It would make it would make them some money. And for smaller streamers especially, that would be actually kind of good service. Like I wouldn't mind like, you know, paying like 10% or something if I would be getting like sponsored streams like regularly, you know. Well, current situation is completely different, right? I kind of do get some offers, but I can't even take them because where I live. But taking, you know, if I would live somewhere else, and they would be like, they have the tool that will, you know, matchmake you with some like publishers and everything for like distributing the game keys, you know, and that kind of stuff, they could tap into that market. But they, for some reason, don't want to. Maybe there are reasons for that, like some law perspective of different countries or financial stuff, you know, like taxes and shit. Could be that. How did I get the Dying Light bug too? I mean, I didn't really technically get it. It's on account of the advertisement thingy. At some point, I should be able to withdraw it from there and get it on my bank account, but for now I can't. So I kind of got the bag, but I rather kind of, you know, like got the bag to my friend, and it's just laying there until I will be able to go pick it up. That's pretty much it. But that's pretty much it. So I didn't literally get it. Didn't literally get it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things will go. One thing for sure is that you need to go like more YouTube. I'm just kind of like, now I'm gonna be like calling a little the hiatus on the evening streams, because as I said, I'm gonna be like meeting with a lot of people. Some weekends gonna be kind of like busy or partially busy and everything. So like evening streams gonna probably rest until I move, because it's already kind of quite stressful with all this stuff, and with move, the closer it is, the more stress it will be. So yeah, just gonna kind of like relax with that a bit. And then after move, I'm probably also gonna be like thinking in how to like schedule things, how to plan things. The move set in stone? Well, as much as you can set it in stone nowadays. So not exactly. You never know the external factors, but yeah, pretty much. Like friend already like spending the last money pretty much on laptop. Got himself a suitcase and everything, and making international passport. I'm kind of like more or less ready, just need to prepare like apartment, you know, pack things up, and I'm kind of more or less done. Some papers to do though a little, but nothing crazy. Other than that, pretty much set. Depends on other, you know, on other things. From up there, what's gonna happen, we'll see. So then I'm gonna be like figuring things out, because like one thing I can say now, what you need to do if you want to like get somewhere with streaming now, unless you already kind of made it big, is like you need like at least YouTube. In the perfect sense, like active like TikTok into YouTube into Twitch. That's like pretty much the only ways you can get some discoverability and stuff nowadays. So we'll need to also kind of like think how to do it all properly. The new place is going to be a bit easier though, because now there's constantly, you know, like, oh, I have a day offs, you know, alright, we're gonna go like visit one friend or like one relative, you know, and like you constantly, oh, can you like, do you want to go somewhere with us? Do you want to, can you come help with something, you know? And it's kind of like you constantly like waiting for something, being dragged into something, and you kind of like don't really have that much time outside of like, you know, the stream. And there it's gonna be just like, you know, everyone who can like drag you somewhere is in another country, and all your friends who are with you, they are like right here, right there in the same apartment, right? So to hang out, you just need to kind of like go to another room. And that will be at least kind of like more time basically to manage. So we'll see. Well, maybe you need to train your feet there. Maybe you need to train your feet. I need to look into it myself too. I'll need to how it works and stuff, you know. So yeah, that's gonna be for sure like the aim gonna be on YouTube, the video content. And if you like starting especially, I would say like better try to start from like the YouTube and stuff. Like we talked with Trize about it like recently too. He was talking with another like streamer YouTuber who was talking about like how the YouTube is like way better basically. Like stream is cool when you already have things going and you have it kind of as a side things when, you know, you just want or can to hang out with people and everything and get some extra content and extra money. But like the YouTube is the king still basically. Which I mean, I like streaming, but it's still needed for discoverability. So we're gonna be working on that some more. We'll see. We'll see. And that will be already kind of later. Right now I'm not gonna be try not to go into too much stuff, because it's already like too much like stressful shit going on with all this stuff. So yeah, as soon as I move, then we're gonna start figuring things out probably. And we'll see. We'll see how all this platform stuff will go. We'll see. I'm down to like for more platforms to appear and to show, you know, Twitch that they should probably appreciate the content creators a little more, to be honest. Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice. And one thing I like always was saying is like they need to, at some point they will need to probably learn to like, you know, not put all the eggs in one basket. They will need to work on that discoverability, not for streamers, but, you know, for themselves. Because like if you basically focus all your kind of like relevancy and content in just like a very small range of streamers, it's just way too easy to kind of like slowly, you know, like pick it all off from you. And then to some extent that's not gonna change a thing, you know, like you remove one and everyone just like distributes, but some will leave. But when you remove like, you know, 10, 50 and the whole like content like orgs, you know, groups and everything, that's already going to be like way more people leaving. And the more you pull from the, you know, and from the ecosystem basically, right, the more people will be like, well, you know, why am I even here? And when everyone is on other platforms already, why am I even here then? And then in my opinion, changing like someone's routine from like, you know, going to one website to going to another website is not even that hard, especially when the website is a literal copy with just different colors, you know, in my opinion. But we'll see how those things will go. Alright, let's finish with the other news. There's like literally not that much, so all this sidetrack is not even that bad. It's a bit less time for the Unity Fiesta, but yeah, just gonna do a little bit of it today. Gonna get the code comments and stuff. Krafton launches new studio, Relu Games. Developer to focus on a deep learning game development. Debut title, a Funda AI puzzle to release in Q3. So these guys decided to go ahead with the AI from the get-go. Now let's see. Also previously was the head of the company's Special Project 2, internal initiative that focused on deep learning tech and how to integrate it to games development. Relu will be the continuation of that project, which ran for 3 years. AI-generated puzzles that the studio promises will deliver a highly individualized experience thanks to the use of deep learning tech. This is due to release on mobile during Q3. Mobile, alright, I guess. Going with some puzzles even there. I mean, puzzles in a mobile, I think that's a good idea, because there's like a lot of those like different games, right? Different puzzles that people make, and a lot of people do play those, I guess. They like finish one, install another one, uninstall, install, you know, constantly. And then you provide them with the app with like AI generated ones, like constantly, for example. Why uninstalling now? Just install one and keep playing all the time. All those moms with phones, you're gonna be getting all the puzzles endlessly. Titanfall 3 was in development for 10 months before being cancelled, an ex-developer claims. The interview and discussing canceller projects. Here, crazy cut story. Titanfall 3. Titanfall 2, you know, came out, did what it did, and we were like, okay, we're gonna make Titanfall 3. And we worked on Titanfall 3 for 10 months. Right, in earnest, right? I mean, we had like new tech for it, we had multiple missions going, we had the first playable, which was like on par to be just as good, if not better than whatever we had before, right? But I'll make this clear, I mean, incrementally better, it wasn't revolutionary. And that's the kicker, right? And we were like feeling pretty decent about it, but not the same feeling as Titanfall 2, where we were making something revolutionary. You know what I mean? And the multiplayer team was having a hell of a time trying to fix the multiplayer, because a lot of people love the multiplayer. I love Titanfall 2 multiplayer, but people who love Titanfall 2 multiplayer, very small number of people. And most people play Titanfall multiplayer and think it's really good, but it's just too much. It's cranked up to 11, and then they burn out a bit fast, and they are like, that was a great multiplayer, that's not something I continue to play for like a year, 2 years, right? So we were like trying to fix that, and we were trying to fix that from Titanfall 1 to 2, trying to fix it from Titanfall 2 to 3. The multiplayer team was like just dying. And then PUBG came out. And I don't know if you remember but Alex Rojcevic was starting to play PUBG. And then Geoff started playing PUBG. And then they made a Battle Royale map with, you know, Titanfall 3 classes. No, so that's what. There was supposed to be classes in Titanfall. Ultimately, Titanfall 3 was cut, which was to develop a Battle Royale game in the Titanfall universe, which would later be called Apex Legends. And just literally become the narrative lead designer on Titanfall 3. I had just pitched the story, the whole game that me and Manny had come up with. Made this big presentation, and then we went off a break and went back from break and we talked about it and we were like, yeah, we need to pivot and we need to go and make this game. Because we literally canceled Titanfall 3 ourselves because we were like, we can make this game and it's going to be Titanfall 2 plus a little bit better. Or we can make this thing, which is clearly amazing. And don't get me wrong, I will always miss having another Titanfall, you know what I mean? I love that game. Titanfall 2, like I said, is my most crowning achievement. But it was the right call. That is a crazy cut. Such a crazy cut that EA didn't even know about it for another 6 months. So that wasn't even EA. They themselves cancelled Titanfall 3 and decided to go for the BR. So wasn't the evil EA in the end? I also thought so, but apparently it isn't. They did it themselves. It's kind of interesting how they were like struggling to make like multiplayer from first game to second game, then from second game to third game. Had issues with it, and then in the end just made like a purely, fully multiplayer focused game instead. Alright, I guess that's one way to, you know, to tackle your problems there. Hint LP. Titanfall never blew up exactly. Yeah, Titanfall is one of those titles kind of like the classic Fallouts. Everyone is like, you know, praising it and everything, and it's like living classics, but it was not very profitable back then, you know. It's like something that you always like remember, like, oh man, yeah, that's a good game, that's nice, that was cool stuff. But yeah, then there was like nothing. No one really played it much. Optimization for Xbox is crazy. Let's see. I mean, Source Engine, man. Games take longer to make, head of Xbox Game Studios says. That's what Ahmed Booty told Axios in an interview on Monday. Said that fans need to understand that games just don't get made at the same speed they used to. The industry and the fans are a little behind the curve on sort of a reset to understand that games aren't 2 or 3 years anymore. Well, I mean, we got this the Jedi in 3.5. You know, look how did that go? Look how did that go? Yes, you actually, I see. See, Dolby, I see. You know, I mean, I think it will return. I think it will return. It maybe wasn't exactly the worst decision, though. To just get Apex to kind of like promote the universe, you know, to prepare the foundation for something else built in it. And then they just can go for it. Who knows? When it comes to large-scale, big-budget games, Booty added that they are at least 4 and 5 and 6 years. This trend has been going on for quite a while with most AAA games, aside from annualized titles that have multiple studios working on them. Biggest example right now is Starfield's 8-year development cycle. Can even put the in-development Fable in the same category, as the game was first announced back in 2020 and appears to be a nowhere near release despite the first major trailer being shown. He says that the longer development time is in large part due to the complexity of the games being made today. Now, higher expectations, the level of fidelity that we are able to deliver just goes up. Games continue to get more ambitious as an art form. I mean, not false. It's not false. Even though I feel in many games, a lot of that time goes into, like, the bloat and stuff. The filler shit. Imahua. Like a good, well, polished, well composed, like compact game, in my opinion, is not really bad. And mostly fixed by good management of projects. Well, I mean, kinda, yeah. But like the thing is, like a lot of stuff that requires a lot of time is like the modeling and assets, basically. Yeah, the logics in code, considering the the modern engines and everything, is still complicated, but it's like more doable nowadays. Like I think like the growth of scale in terms of coding part, it kind of compensated by development of the engines. So it's kind of like more or less the same as it was before. Just before there was like more manual stuff. Now there is like more general work, but a lot of it's kind of automated now. But with like assets and everything, it is way harder. And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of that goes into sort of like a bloat that is like not exactly super necessary. Like all those open worlds that are made just for the sake of being an open world, this kind of stuff. Yeah, Pony, exactly. But like with assets and everything, that's why they all jumped on AI train that fast, because that would save a lot of time and a lot of budget. That's why everyone is jumping on the AI train. Don't have to invent bicycle and stuff too. Yeah, and that also. And that also. But yeah, there are now other challenges and other issues to tackle too. There are other things now to deal with them. And that also causes the problems with, the prices going out and like how easy it is to kind of fail really hard with a game. Because when development cycle is that long and there's that much already, cost put into like development and salaries, even at least just the salaries for like 6 years, right? For the whole studio. That's pretty chunky. And then if it fails, that's like pain. That's a lot of pain. Way more pain than it was. But also if it succeeds, it goes crazy. Yeah, crazy profits there. So yeah, it's kinda... It is a tricky one. It is a tricky one. Not having capable management. Well, I mean, that too. That too. But no, I do think it is, like, more complicated and stuff now. But a lot of it is just due to the scope of stuff is getting, like, super big. It's like no one wants to try to invent and revolutionize something, right? Everyone is afraid to do so. Except for maybe, like, Nintendo, actually, ironically. To, like, to try something new and everything and invent something new. But I guess Nintendo is also in, like, a kind of, like, more... beneficial position that they have like very dedicated player base that gonna eat anything they put out, so they can experiment all they want and people will buy it anyway, even if it's kind of fail. But for a lot of other studios, that's kind of like they just stick to the things that work, but they still need to kind of like stand out in front of like all the same kind of games, right? They need to kind of like get something out there that people will kind of like, well, why would I buy this when like, why would I buy like new Assassin's Creed when I have like different Assassin's Creed that is not even that old and has the same, basically? What's the point? So that's exactly where they go with the like quantity over quality, right? Instead of like trying to invent something new, they just like, like bigger map, 16 times the detail, all this stuff. Like bigger map, more stuff on the map, more shit to do. More kind of like mechanics that they're gonna add in that are maybe even not really necessary. Like let's put like some crafting in there. Like, why? Who asked for that? Let's put like some crafting and resource collection, let's put some survival stuff in. Let's get like a big open world. Let's add some like deck building mechanics, this kind of stuff. So they just kind of like, instead of like going like in quality direction and trying to make something new completely. They just like, you know, like they just like put more spice on it and like, you know, pretend it's new. It's kind of like as I was complaining many times about like McDonald's lately, right? When they were like making before like some custom new limited burgers, that was something new, and now it's just like something old, but like, oh, this time it's with barbecue sauce. That's pretty much exactly the same. Scientology, I see. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it gets too much. And that they imagine developing all that, like all those worlds, all that like huge amount of stuff. Then like at some point, like some management comes in, like, yo guys, we need like more features. We're like, the game is not, you know, complicated enough. Let's like plug the crafting in, and everyone is like trying to get this crafting into every system of the game, trying to like, you know, to balance it all out, to code it all in, right, and get assets for all of that stuff too. And it's all like this kind of stuff, in my opinion again, right? Because like indie games, they still like cost the same, more or less, outside of inflation, right? Outside of like currency conversion rates, it's still the same price, it's still the same quality. It's all a lot of like new cool stuff there coming out, and you buy it for the same old, mostly same old decent prices, and it's good. So like you can make them cheap. You can't make them like would you like few like not decades even, like, but well, like decade ago or something, right? Like the full indie made by one person was like something like kind of rare and very like impressive and dedication and stuff, right? And now there's like plenty of stuff that made by like very small teams or like one person, and they, well, sometimes they do spend like 6 years on making something, right? But they do it because they kind of work full time on the regular job, and in the free time they making the game, and they do it solo and not like the company of like thousands of people, and they still do it, and they ask reasonable money for it. So like you can, if you want. It's just kind of like the approach should be a bit different. And yeah, not to mention like the live service stuff. And for live service stuff, they go like the most meta, popular, down to earth, predictable loop, and then they just try to like put, you know, like a whole bunch of stuff on it. So like, oh, like this is also live service just like any other one, but we have so much to do. We have so much to hear, such a huge world, so much detail and everything. So bring money to us, not to other live service. Twitch is getting kinda cringe. Damn, son. Hey, Zodiac. Aren't we all, eh? Aren't we all? Aren't we all kinda cringe there, eh? There's only so much free time, and that's the problem too. Like they're gonna need to fight for, you know, the limited time. Like, dude, like literally, like I'm playing Diablo now, right? Diablo is not live service thing. Well, I mean, it kind of is, but it's not like the pushy live service, right? Yet, we'll see on seasons and stuff. Like it doesn't like shove all the like time gates, doesn't, well, except like world bosses, for example, right? That are on a timer and stuff, but still, like it doesn't shove like, you know, okay, you have only that much stamina today. Oh, go do the daily, go do the weekly, you know, like, oh, battle pass, that will be on season, right? Battle pass, go do. Oh, we got limited event right now, if you don't do it, you miss all this shit, go do that. And like, I finished the stream yesterday. I was like, I grabbed some food while I was eating. I was running, not Genshin, Honkai, farming resources while I'm eating, right? Then I went in Diablo, we ran with my friends like one Helltide event. Then I was like, alright guys, I'm gonna like let's wait for another one. I'm gonna do some other stuff, alright. So like I quit and I had 1 hour until next Helltide. So I did like event in Honkai because there's like limited time basically right now. So I did that, and then we went back on Diablo, and then it's already midnight and it's time to sleep basically. Like, bro, come on. Got in the treadmill, yeah. I don't even know why, really. I mean, it's fun game, though, but, like, yeah, if you have, like, multiple things you want to play, then it's just kind of... Usually I just play on stream and peace out, right? Basically, I don't really touch games outside of that much. Mostly. Kind of trying not to. Trying to do something more productive. But you get on some of that stuff, and you just kind of like, alright, stream is over, or, like, launch another game. Wake up in the morning, or there's some stamina. put like the auto farm, go make some food, go to the bathroom and stuff, you know, return, start the stream. But yeah, Diablo is not really like, I don't know, I don't feel that in Diablo. Like, I basically just like kind of want to get to some part and then wait for the season. In season, maybe I kind of go ham if I enjoy that, but Diablo doesn't, you know, like kind of get you to grind that stuff that much. Like, I play in the evenings just because we play with friends. It's just kind of like, you know, an excuse to hang out with friends and to chat and to play together because it's fun. That's pretty much it. Not because you need to close the check marks on like the battle pass and stuff, which we might get on the season anyway, right? So we'll see about that. There will be some check marking going on too. But again, in seasons, you kind of care less about it because you can just like skip the whole season. Well, you're not gonna get some cosmetics, like Diablo I think does that. You have like some cosmetics for finishing some battle passes, but I don't know, I kind of don't feel that I care too much. Because like in Honkai, for example, all those like activities that you miss, it's actually, you know, like new characters that you can pull, it's new like upgrades for your characters and stuff that you can do, you know, this kind of shit. And it's fun. Honkai is a fun game, that's why I'm kind of still going with it, but yeah, not sure, we'll see. How long will I actually continue doing that? We will see. We will see. And that's the thing again, right? That what I was talking about is like, you play like a couple of games like that and there's no time anymore. Like, it's gone. And I'm like, you know, I'm a streamer, right? I play on stream already. Now imagine you like don't play and your 8 hours work day, you just work, right? And you go home and you have like 4 hours free maybe or something per day. And you have like a whole bunch of live services and like some like Assassin's Creed Valhalla or something that like, you know, average person probably finishes like in 20 years or something for full completion because of how big it is. That's not the form of gaming I enjoy, let's put it that way. So like, do we really need this like 6 years or something like development cycles for the games to make like this like bloated stuff that's gonna just become a time sink for you? Like, do we really need it? Like, can we, you know, maybe like lower it? Could be, so could be. Well, it didn't take 20 years, but still, was a while. Was a while there. After cancelling its PvE hero mode, Blizzard wants you to pay for Overwatch 2 PvE missions. Overwatch 2 Invasion launches on August 10th. Players are going to have to pay $15 for an Invasion bundle. This bundle, Blizzard says, gives players permanent access, at least it's permanent, to the story missions. So yeah, they didn't remove the PvE. They didn't completely cut the story missions, but you know, I'm not sure if that's a good thing. I'm not sure, maybe they should just end it there, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see. I don't know, maybe it's like some amazing story stuff and it's worth $15. Maybe. I doubt it. Somehow, I doubt it. But we'll see. Not gonna judge just yet. We'll see what people will say. Will it be worth $15 or not? And they don't want any new players. Yeah, that's the thing. For example, like take the Honkai, right? Again. Or like Genshin, I guess, or something, right? Like it's free. It's predatory as fuck, right? It's a gacha game and stuff, right? They want to milk you fucking dry. But at least all the PvE content, all the story, everything you do is free. Like, sure, like every like few months or something, you get some like bits of content, some of events, some like story and stuff, right? I kind of doubt the Overwatch story is like much better than like Honkai story, to be honest, or like Genshin. At best, it's kind of the same level, most likely. So it's kind of like you get all that stuff for free in those games. Huh? Sure, they're gonna milk you if you let them. They're gonna like run you out of money completely. Absolutely, they are very predatory. But at least all that stuff, if you have like self-control and everything, sure, you can just play it for free, no problems. See, Deja, I see. So yeah, I think it's kinda, you're charging for that. I don't know. Like, you have free-to-play game that people already not super happy about, and why not just start it for free there? Like, it's not the main content, right? It's gonna be like something people gonna play and forget, and maybe not all the people even gonna play, and you try to charge 15 bucks for that. Like, come on, dude. Diablo Immortal made $525 million during its first year. Blizzard's mobile title was downloaded 22 million times since its release in June 2022, on 37% of its lifetime spent coming from China. Well, here you go. Like, you already like farm money with these two. Like, give like Overwatch some, like, you know, a life a little bit there. Don't overdo it. You're already farming the bad rep there anyway. Apparently people did have phones. Yep. Seems like it. Dead Cells is getting an animated series adaptation. Yeah, that was from the same studio that makes their trailers and everything, which like looks pretty cool. Oh, it's the same studio that is working on Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon animated spin-off, actually. The one we saw in the Ubisoft presentation. Huh, interesting. Interesting. Show will air on Animation Digital Network. Who? Shows 10 7-minute episodes. Oh, okay, it's like that small. Will debut in France before being made available worldwide. Okay, so I guess it's like that's some French network there, alright. Well, it's like 70 minutes then. Well, imagine you will need a sub for a month to watch that 70 minutes. Kick. Outriders developer People Can Fly signs a deal for new Xbox game. A deal was announced on Wednesday by People Can Fly and will be a work-for-hire contract with a total production budget estimated between 30 to 50 million. Development of the game by People Can Fly will be performed under the work-for-hire model based on the intellectual property rights owned by the publisher, and will be entirely financed by the publisher without advancing by the company of the development works under the milestones. Game currently known as Project Maverick will be based on intellectual property owned by Microsoft. There was no mention if the new game will be an existing IP or a brand new one from the company. People Can Fly actually were working on Gears of War at some point. And yeah, they made Bulletstorm. So, which is kind of like, you know, Gears of War for people who don't own Xbox back in the day, I guess. Let's put it that way. So, you know, maybe Microsoft wants to bring some of that back. Some of that back. The Painkiller too, I see. 30-50 mil for one of their kind of like main franchises doesn't sound that crazy though, I think. The total budget even estimated, so... It's no marketing, of course, too, but still. That seems kind of not that big for Gears of War. Unless they're making like some sort of like spin-off or something. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it's production budget, but it doesn't include kind of like some sort of like, you know, like the premium pay for developers. It's kind of like the budget on development, and then there's going to be like some amount of money as kind of like, you know, pay for the final product, for example, for making it. We'll see. Could be. Could be. I don't know which other like franchise. I mean, Microsoft owns a lot of franchises, but like something fitting for people who make those games. I mean, dude, it just asks for it. Yeah, the PC port of the original Gears of War. Like co-development work on Bulletstorm and Gears of War with Epic Games. I think like some of the people were even in Epic Games. Like moved from Epic Games to them, so... Well, we will see. We will see. Skull and Bones beta gets cut for console, now PC only. A developer in the Skull and Bones Discord said that the test was never intended to be for console, despite players being given the opportunity to sign up via PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. I think people who played from our community were playing on PlayStation 5, right? So that sounds kind of like a fat piece of lie. Because last test they played on PlayStation 5. No problems. So that sounds kind of sus. That sounds kind of sus. They already dumped. How much was it? Oh man, where was that report? Somewhere else on Twitter I saw. Didn't they dump 125 mil? Or was it 250 mil in Skull and Bones already? And they expect to get like twice that. So yeah, about that, dude. About that. Not sure. Which actually also kind of like why we can't have nice things and you know like what like expecting to get the double, man. Like dude, you already kind of you know like you made something, right? You got back money from like what you spent, including the salary, right? So like you already provided people with work, right? And you get yourself salary too, right? During that process. And then you get like at least like something as a on top of that. That's already good. Like in my book, for example, that would be good, right? Just getting paid for what I did for like 5 years, for example, is good. Getting some extra is super good. But like twice, dude, what the fuck? Like how many yachts you need, man? Yeah, that's why like we can have nice things because expectations are that high. Like we invested that much, we want double back. Like not like 10%, like the margins like some companies work, right? Not like 10, 20% or something. No, we want double. Well, the whole 100. So I'm not a millionaire. Well, I mean, not sure if that would change that. If I would actually be greedy fuck. If that would change me being millionaire or not. I'm not sure. Not sure. Let's go this one. Next. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one, and it's pretty much done already. Callisto Protocol's final chapter launches first on PlayStation. Damn, the exclusive DLC, dude. Timed exclusive, sorry. PlayStation June 27th, and then every other platform June 29th. Damn, 2 days. So hyped, gonna go and get myself PlayStation, so I can play 2 days earlier there. The final expansion. I'm not sure. Imagine being Sony and paying for this. Well, I mean, that probably was long ago. They didn't expect that. Didn't expect that, I would assume. And generally, the consensus amongst the audience is reflected in the comments to the post above, is that Callisto Protocol did receive some reviews that could be classed too harsh. And it's still a fantastic game that is well worth the investment. I mean, maybe after patches and on discount, probably. After some patches and on discount, probably. On release, I feel it was kinda not the best investment, to be honest. To be quite honest with you. Alright, and yeah, that's pretty much it with news for the week. That's like the week after, you know, the storm of announcements. So it's kinda quiet there. Somewhat quiet. Alright, time. 5, I can do like hour more or something. Some Unity in. Some Unity in, maybe. Probably, yeah, let's do it. A little bit. A little bit. Get wrecked again. Oh, you play some more Diablo? We'll see. Nah, probably not. Probably not. I mean, I could. But nah, I gotta like clean up some of the Unity stuff probably. I'll probably like either like level up a bit more, a little, like a level or so, then try to do it again. I mean, it's doable. It's just like a lot of a lot of attempts I will need to get like a good RNG and everything there. And get lucky. Then I'm not sure because like every attempt is basically, you know, money down. That's not that good. That's not that good. So we'll see. I probably will just well, worst case they're just like gonna do it with friends. We'll see. Just so I can get the tier 4 already. So we will see. Yes, we will see. But yeah, just gonna do probably a little bit of Unity, just like some cleanup on the code and everything. Not gonna like do much. Not gonna do much. Especially since... But yeah, news are over though. News are over next week. Sunday... Yeah, Sunday should be good. Yeah, Sunday I should be home. Week after next week I might be not home on Sunday. But next week I'm gonna be doing the Sunday all good. All good. You're right. Let's get that going. Yeah, I was gonna do a little cleanup there with the code. With the code and get the comments while I still remember what I did last time. Gonna comment the code and everything. I'm gonna do much because yeah, I'm gonna be... I want to do like the Unity and like the game dev stuff like some other time too. I really feel like it, but like dude, the time.